You have made foreign policy one of your signature issues. What would you tell the nation if you were speaking about Russia, Ukraine, China?
Well, the outcome in the Ukraine with Russia determines what China and Iran may do. It's all interconnected. I spoke to the Ukrainian ambassador to the United States today. She's going to send me a letter laying out her needs in terms of military assistance, economic assistance. The good news is there'll be a large bipartisan support to help the Ukraine. I tell the nation that we need to be helping the Ukraine and hurting Putin. If we don't get Ukraine right, then the Chinese are going to move on Taiwan, and the Iranians are going to sprint to a bomb. So how do you help the Ukraine? Send them weapons, really lethal weapons, night vision goggles, Stinger missiles, Javelin missiles to deal with tanks and airplanes, and help them with food, fuel, and clothing. How do you hurt Putin? The single best thing we can do to hurt Putin is label him a war criminal, go after his personal wealth, but also to hit the oil and gas sector. 40% of all the revenue generated by the Russian economy comes from oil and gas, and it is national security malpractice for the Biden administration not to go after the Russian oil and gas sector and at the same time increase production here at home.
Senator, Republicans used to be tough on matters of foreign policy, used to be tough on Russia. You still are. What is the genesis of this notion that we're debating whether or not to side with Russia or a democracy? Where did that start?
Well, all I can say, there's a fringe element in both parties. The Gallup poll came out 2 days ago. 88% of Republicans have an unfavorable view of Putin, 88% of Democrats. So we are the Ronald Reagan pro-freedom party. Donald Trump kept Putin at bay, he kept China at bay, and he put Iran in a box, and I miss him. But I've never been more worried about an escalation than I am right now. Putin is dangerous, and he's becoming desperate. Two things happened today you need to understand. He threatened the use of nuclear force against who? Well, Ukraine doesn't have nukes, but the allies like us do. And he also opened up negotiations without condition. Here's what I think he's going to do. I think he's going to play the game of negotiating to appease China. And I think he's threatening nukes because he's about ready to level a Ukrainian city and kill thousands of Ukrainians to break their will and to break our will. So anything we can do now to deter Putin, we should do. Biden's made a fatal mistake in holding back. Now's not the time to hold back, my friend. We need to go all in, sanctioning his oil and gas industry, going after him, and I'm going to support the war crimes complaint that Ukraine is sending to The Hague, and I would ask all of my colleagues to join on board.
Senator Lindsey Graham, former and perhaps soon to be again chairman of the Judiciary Committee. Thank you for joining us on